Hi, this is Haste Kitchen, and over the next 6 episodes, I've teamed up with Rennie to look at the real science behind food. And what this means is I'm going to be filming recipes from Middle Eastern cuisine right the way through to London street food, and looking at all the things that actually happen with the science of our food when we start heating them up or mixing elements together. So we've got Sally here.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about some sciencey facts about cooking and about the ingredients that we're using. And with that little bit of extra sciencey knowledge and information, it'll give you tips and tricks as to how to make your cooking better.
So first up, we're going to get on with our super simple yet classic
Panzanella.
So first up,
Okay, you're going to start chopping the onion. Now, many people have problems when they're chopping onion if they start just crying everywhere, you can't see anything. There is some science to this. What's happening when you cut an onion is onions contain lots of sulfur in them. That's what makes them taste so great.
Right.
And the smell is amazing. But that sulfur, when you cut open the cells, reacts with enzymes that are flooding out of the cells, and it causes this huge sulfur reaction that produces these sulfur gases that go into the air, float up to your eyes, dissolve in the liquid of your eyes, and produce sulfuric acid. And sulfuric acid is battery acid.
Is it really?
It is. It's the exact same compound.
So into your bowl, just add half your onion, really finely chopped. And into there, we've got half a cucumber. And we're just going to take out some of our seeds.
Is that because you don't want the water?
Exactly that. Have you got a scientific fact on that?
I don't have a scientific fact on that.
It's just watery.
It's just watery.
It's just too much water. So the cucumber itself is about 85 to 90% water. So removing those seeds helps keep your salad down to the actual dressing rather than water. This is what I love about this type of recipe. This is proper rustic, old store cooking.
And rustic is just a euphemism for a little bit bodged around the edges.
You could just make a bit of mess with it. Yeah. There they are, nice and rustic, into your bowl. Tomatoes! Good quality tomatoes, really important in this dish.
They are super important because actually modern tomatoes have been bred so that you get lots and lots of tomatoes from a plant, which is great for farmers. But in the olden days, you used to try and take off a load of tomatoes off the plant so that the plant could put all of its energy and sugar and flavour into a small number of tomatoes, and so they taste better. And there are countries in the world where you'll have cherry tomatoes in a fruit salad because it is a fruit.
We have got so many facts for you today.
We have. Full of facts.
Full of facts. Finally chop up your tomatoes and chuck them in as well. Now, as far as dressings go on this salad, keep it simple. They're all really flavoursome items in there anyway. So we've got a little bit of red wine vinegar, really good quality olive oil. So we're going to season that with some salt and a good amount of pepper.
So now we're going to add some quinoa. Now quinoa is a seed, it's not a grain, and when it grows on the plant it has this coat on the outside which has got saponins in them, which is what you get in soap. So you essentially, if you didn't get rid of that outer shell, you'd be eating soap, which is really horrible and bitter.
Really?
And commercial.
I thought it was a grain as well.
It's not a grain, so it's of a plant that's very similar to spinach beet, and it's the seeds of that plant. Mm-hmm. And then commercially they'll get rid of most of the coating, but there might be some left, which is why they say to wash quinoa before you cook it, so you're washing away all of those bitter chemicals.
Didn't know that. I'm
More
learning
you know.
so much today.
And we're going to add about a handful or so stick that in.
Lovely.
Any more?
Yeah, another little bit more. Not that bit. Perfect. Give that a really good mix around, making sure it gets a little bit of that flavour from that lovely dressing. And that is your salad in its simplest form. So to serve this up, we're just going to get a really beautiful piece of salmon, pan roast this, a little bit of olive oil, into the oven at 180 Celsius for around 15 to 20 minutes. So while that's cooking away, we're going to get a pan up to heat. We're going with a drizzle of olive oil. Crusty bread, just leave it out the night before. You want it to be nice and dry. And again, the big word of today is rustic. So rustic chunks, just literally just fan that out and straight into the hot oil. Salt. And that is it. Right, let's serve this one up. Good helping of your salad into the middle of a bowl. A little bit of your bread. place them in and around the salad.
Measure it with a ruler. You want them at least 3 centimetres apart.
And then out with our beautiful piece of salmon, just over the top. And
exactly 7 leaves of basil. It's very important. This is scientific precision we're talking about.
not there.
So just throw them on in a rustic manner.
And then just finally, just a little tiny drizzle of your olive oil over the top.
Thank you. The moment I've been waiting for. It smells so good. Get into the salmon. This is really difficult whilst holding the bowl up. I've never had to do this.
There's no easy way to eat food on camera, is there?
Hang on,
Let's place it. Get some slicer on there, cucumber. Don't mess it up. Got a big enough mouthful there.
This is delicious. Food with science, it works. What can I say?
So there we go. That is our super simple yet tasty
Panzanella.
Now, if you do recreate this recipe, hashtag me as Haste Kitchen as always. If you want to know more about Rennie, click the description box down below, which takes you straight through to the website. And we'll see you next week. Cheers then.
Bye.